What's going on, everyone? Mitesh here, and it's that time of the year again. And no, I am not talking pumpkin spice lattes being back or stores selling Halloween decorations way too early. What I'm talking about is the new Pixel phones. And this year, unlike last, I actually think there's genuine reason to get excited about these phones. And in this video, I'm going to tell you guys about the 5 things that you need to know about the Pixel 4 before it launches. And at this point, it's pretty easy to say these are not just rumors anymore. There's actual YouTubers who have these devices in hand and have done full reviews of them, so we can say that these are facts. Google really needs to get their leak problem under control, or better yet, send me those devices so I can make those videos instead. But anyways, let's get started with number 1, which is the fact that we have an all-new design. No longer do we have that two-tone back that dates all the way back to the original Pixel. This year, it's a clean back with a very large square camera bump that we'll talk more about a little bit later. Additionally, this year they're also going to go with no notch at all. Now, I was never someone who hated the notch. I was never anti-notch, but I gotta say, even I didn't love the one on the Pixel 3 XL. That notch was just huge. So this Pixel not having a notch is still going to be a pretty nice thing. And this year we're actually going to get a design that's closer to the Pixel 3 and Pixel 3a. It'll have a large forehead but no chin whatsoever. Probably going to be a polarizing design, but hopefully not as much as last year's was. And it's going to come in 3 different colors: white, black, and coral. I'm excited about that coral color. Now, speaking of that large forehead, that takes us to the second thing that you need to know about this phone, and that's the fact that it's got no fingerprint reader at all. Not one on the back, not one on the display, but instead, we have one of the first implementations of Face ID on Android. If you look at the sensors in the Pixel 4 and compare it to the sensors in the iPhone, and you'll find a lot of the exact same things. Face unlock, flood illuminator, IR cameras, a dot projector, and all things that the iPhone has had since the iPhone 10 when they introduced Face ID. And it's going to be cool to see this on the Android phones. I've been using my OnePlus 6T's Face Unlock for a while, and it's not very secure, but it's really convenient. So hopefully with this, we'll get, both a very secure version and a very convenient way to unlock your phone. But I'm not going to say I'm not going to miss a fingerprint reader. I did enjoy having gestures on there to pull down a notification shade and using it as a camera shutter too. But it's not the first time that Google has gotten rid of a feature that I liked: headphone jack. But anyways, we're still not done with that forehead, because that contains the number 3 thing you need to know about the Pixel 4, and that is it's got a new sensor to recognize hand gestures. Now, if that sounds gimmicky to you, something somebody like Samsung would do, you're not necessarily wrong. At the beginning, the hand gestures are going to be pretty basic. You're going to be able to wave at the phone to change tracks or silence calls and alarms and things like that. Pretty useful things, I would say, but it's gesture. You don't need it. It's just a nice convenience. So, but the thing that's really exciting about this is the fact that they're using a sensor in there from Project Soli, which Google showed off a while back, and it has the ability to recognize some super fine gestures and might let you be able to do volume control and things like that without messing with buttons. Now, I'm going to tell you, don't buy a phone for the features it may have in the future. Buy it for the features it has today, but this is Google, so they might be able to come up with some cool uses for it, or kill it off with the next Pixel phone. Who knows? But let's move on to number 4 on this list, and it's one thing that Pixel phones are really well known for, and it's their cameras. Now, at this point, when all of the flagships, including the new iPhones, are moving to 3 cameras, Google has finally decided to add a second lens to the phone, and it's a telephoto. I swear, Google just cannot see where the industry is or where they're going, because everyone else is adding ultra-wide lenses, and everyone's happy with that, and this year, Google is adding telephoto. But let's face it, if Google can work their software magic on the telephoto lens, and maybe we'll actually find uses for it that we weren't with other phones that we had. So it's going to be cool to see. Additionally, you'll be able to use a telephoto lens with the super res zooms to get up to 8 times digital zoom, and hopefully it won't look terrible, but we'll just have to see when they come out. And finally, we're also going to get an upgraded version of the night sight, which is the thing that I'm most excited for. Pixel 3's night sight is great, but I'm not saying it can't be improved on, so can't wait to see that. One last thing you need to know about the cameras: the front-facing camera, no longer you're going to have 2 of them. I think it's just going to come down to 1, but it's going to be a pretty wide one, and you'll have the ability to crop in from that. So you can choose between cropped version and wide. So it'll just be one camera that does both of those things. And finally, number 5, the last thing you need to know about the Pixel 4 is regarding the screen. This year, we're not just going to get a good display like we've had since the Pixel 2. Instead, this year, the Pixel team has decided to give us something special. They've decided to give us a 90 Hz AMOLED display, which is pretty rare in today's smartphone world. In fact, one of the few smartphones that has it is the OnePlus 7 Pro. And even though that phone is well loved by the enthusiast community, it isn't really well known for most people. So this might be people's first experience with a high refresh rate display, and let me tell you, it makes a difference. The high refresh rate just makes everything feel just so much smoother on the phone, and no matter what it is you're doing, it just looks and feels smoother. Smoothness of UI is something that Pixel phones have been known for, but phones like the OnePlus have beat it because of that high refresh rate display. So this should just take it up to another level, and that's going to be nice to see. Additionally, they're going to be control it in software, so you won't actually set it to 90 Hz. It'll always just run at 90 Hz, but then drop down whenever it's doing things that don't require that, so save battery life. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, those are the things that you need to know about the Pixel 4 before it launches. And as an added bonus, here are the specs that you may want to know. One thing that I'm happy to see on here is the 6 GB of RAM. I think the Pixel 4 really needs it to, just to help keep apps in memory and then avoid some of those bugs that we've been seeing with the cameras on the Pixel 3. So yeah, 6 GB of RAM, it's about time. Let's hope it stays that way and increases in the future. And then finally, the announcement is going slated for October 15th. They've actually already sent out invites, so I'm not going to be going, but hopefully I can get that device in hand as soon as it's launched. Pricing wise, we're looking at between $800 and $1,000. It's going to be a pretty pricey device, but I mean, it's a flagship phone. That's what you expect, especially with these nice upgrades that we're getting this year. But I want to know, are you guys excited about the Pixel 4 at all, or are you looking to upgrade, or are you happy with what you already have? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, like this one if you liked it, subscribe if you guys loved it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!